Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Myself Ashish, and today I'll be covering a Sudoku variant called Point to Next Sudoku. The setter of this Sudoku is Prasanna Sheshadri, and this Sudoku was featured in his blog a long time ago. So Prasanna is really an excellent author, and his Sudokus really have an amazing theme and excellent solve part too. Right, from past many years he has contributed to many national international championships, and he has even authored a World Sudoku Championship 2017 in India and World Puzzle Championship too. So his Sudokus are really great, and he is one of the contributing puzzle master on gmpuzzles.com, one of the best puzzle website for Sudoku and puzzles, one of the best website I would say for Sudoku and puzzles. So usually Prasanna's Sudokus and puzzles are really good to solve, fun to solve, and doesn't have much I would say bifurcation required in his Sudokus or in puzzles. Usually his Sudoku and puzzles would surely have some logical flow, and that is what makes him a good author, right? So coming on to the Sudoku, so according to the rules, we need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and each 3 into 3 box without repetition. That is what standard classic Sudoku rules mean. And apart from that, you have some arrows on the grid, right? So whatever number you have on the arrow, the next digit would be in the direction of the arrow. So for example, if you have a number 4 in the arrow, then the 5 will have to be appearing on the direction of the arrow. So somewhere in these two cells. So you already have a 3. That means this has to be a 5. This is the 4. Right. Same way. So if you have any number here, the next number, the n+1 number will have to be in the direction of the arrow. So not at the back. So if you have a 3 here, that means you cannot have 4 in one of these 4 cells. You have to have a 4 where you have placed the 3 and the arrow is pointing, right? So with that, we'll start solving this Sudoku. The most important tip here is a 9 will never appear on the arrow, right? So a 9 can never ever appear on the arrow, because then you need to have something called 10 in the Sudoku pointing towards the arrow, right? So that is not possible. So you can have only digits from 1 to 9. That means a 9 cannot be on the arrow, and 1 will never be pointed by the arrow. It can be pointed, but there won't be digit that is pointing to 1, right? So for example, you cannot have a 1 here, because whatever digit you have here, the next digit will have to be on this cell, and you cannot have a 1 here, right? Because then you need to have a 0 here. So n+1 digit, which is again not possible. That is the most important thing here while solving this kind of variant, right? There are a few more tricks that are really helpful, and we'll come across those while later in the Sudoku while solving this, right? So with that, we'll start solving this Sudoku. I'll start with the pencil marks here. As we know that 9 cannot be on the arrow. In this row, 9 has to be in one of these two cells, and in this row, 9 has to be in one of these two cells, right? So if you see here, if there wouldn't be a 9 here, then a 9 in this row will have to be only this place, right? So for example, a 9 is in one of these two cells. I'm sorry, there is an x wing of 9 here, which means that 9 and 9 are eliminated from here, and 9 has to be here, because 9 cannot be on the arrow. So that way it is very much helpful. And so if you see here, that's a very good trick here. So whenever you have such cases that just from the edge, leaving one cell, you have an arrow pointing towards the edge, right? So in this case, the same scenario which is seen here. So whatever digit you have here, the n+1 digit will have to be here. Same way, if you see here, these two arrows, right? One is not counted because one cannot be pointed by the arrow. I mean to say, it cannot be pointed by the digit on the arrow. So one is neglected here. So whatever digit you have here, the n+1 digit will have to be this cell. And whatever digit you have here, the n+1 digit will have to be this cell, right? Because for example, if you have a 8 here, for example, let us assume that you have an 8 here, then this has to be a 7, and this arrow, this number will surely have to be 6, right? Because it cannot, the arrow pointing towards the 8 is already taken by the 7, and then the only digit remaining here is 7, which has to be pointed by the 6, right? So which means that these 3 digits will have to be in the increasing order by 1, right? So whatever you have here, should be n+1 should have to be here, and that n+1 should have to be here, right? So which means that all these 3 digits will have to be in increasing order, and same way the 3 is not pointed by any of the arrow, because it can only be pointed by the 2 and which is already used here, which means any digit here will have to be pointing to this digit. So n is here, n plus 1 is here, and the n here is n plus 1 is this cell, which means that these 3 digits will also have to be in increasing order. Great start. So let's see if we can do that, and which means that these 3 digits will have to be consecutive, these 3 digits will have to be consecutive, which means that it can either be 4 5 6 because 1 2 3 are already used, which means it can either be 4 5 6 in it has to be 4 5 6 in this order or 4 5 6 in this order, and the remaining are 7 8 9 in this order and 7 8 9 in this order, which means that these are the only possible values on the arrow that we have already marked: 4 7 5 8 9 6, 4 7 5 8 and 6 9. So if you have a 4 here, this has to be a 5, this has to be a 6, which means this has to be a 7, this has to be 8 and this has to be 9, or vice versa. If you have a 7 here, then this has to be a 4 here, and it goes on because all the 3 digits will have to be in consecutive and 1 2 3 are already used, right? Excellent. So let's see if we get anything else here. We still didn't get the start here, but let's see if we get the start now. So if you see here, again the same scenario has been seen here. So 1 is neglected because 1 cannot be pointed by any of the number. Here 6 is also neglected because 6 can only be pointed by 5, and 5 is already used in that row, which means that these 3 digits again will have to be in consecutive. So it can either be 1 2 or 3 or 7 8 and 9, because all the other 4 5 is 6 and already used, right? So 3 consecutive digits will have to be the lower one, 1 2 3, middle 4 5 6 are already used, and the other 3 consecutive digits are 7 8 and 9, right? And with that we get the excellent start here. So 1 is already here, which means that this has to be 7 8 or 9, and that indeed gives here 6 5 and 4, which indeed gives here is 7 8 and 9. Excellent. What a great start to this Sudoku. This Sudoku was constructed long back, and if you see, the logic of this Sudoku is such a new logic that cannot be seen in many of the Sudokus, right? That is why Prasanna is one of the best authors of the world, I would say. And with that, we'll continue this Sudoku, and the 3 digits here are 1 2 3, so it can be 2 3 here, 1 2 3 here and 1 2 3 here. So you would be thinking that you cannot have a 1 here, right? Because then it cannot be pointed by any of the number, but a 3 can be pointed to the 4, right? 3 can point to the 4, so you can still have this scenario, right? So 2 is pointing the 3, 3 is pointing the 4, so you can still have a 1 here, right? And so you can still have a 1 here as well. So if you have a 1 here, this will be 2 and this will be 3, so 3 is pointing to the 4, 1 is pointing to the 2, so anything is possible. So we are not sure of what number we'll get there, and with that we'll continue this Sudoku elsewhere. And so if you see here, classic rule, 7 and 7 will give you a 7 in one of these 2 cells. So if you have a 7 here, you will need to have an 8 here. Okay, nothing much here now. Oh, excellent logic, guys, excellent logic. If you see this cell, a very narrow logic, or very difficult to see a particular cell in this in a Sudoku of 9 by 9 grids, right? Because you won't know where to look for, but you have to see where most of the digits are already present in that row, column or box. So if you see here, 5 digits are already present for this cell, the other 4 digits are 1 3 6 and 8, right? 1 is possible because that will point to the 2, 3 is not possible because this cell will have to be a 4 then, because 3 cannot point towards the 2, it has to be n plus 1, so 3 is not possible. 6 is possible, no, because 6, if you have a 6 here, it needs to have a 7 here, and if you have an 8 here, it needs to have a 9 here, but 9 is already here, which means that all of the 3 digits 3 6 8 are not possible, and the digit will have to be 1. Excellent logic, excellent logic, which means that according to classic rules, 1 has to be in one of these 3 cells again, and again same. So if you see this cell, there are already 5 digits placed in this, it is already seeing 5 different digits, 4 1 7 5 and 9, which means the other 4 digits are 2 3 6 and 8, right? 2 3 6 and 8, So 2 is possible, 3 is also possible. So if you have a 2 here, you will have a 3 in one of these two cells. If you have a 3 here, you will have 4, you already have a 4 here. 6 and 8 are not possible, right? Because if you have a 6 here, 7 has to be in one of these two cells, which is not possible. You have a 7 here or a 7 here. And if you have an 8 here, 9 has to be in one of these two cells. Again, not possible. You have a 9 here. Which means that you get a 2-3 pair here. Excellent. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Which means that the other 3 digits remaining in this box are 4, 6 and 8. Let us mark that here. 4, 6 and 8. 4, 6 and 8 and 4, 6 and 8. Right? And okay. So one more logic I said you I would like to explain, that is, in any case, whenever you get such scenario that on an arrow you have 2 digits, 2 consecutive digits possible, 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5, any, but only 2 possibilities are there in the arrow or on the cell, then on the back of the arrow the highest digit on that cell will never be possible. So what do I mean by this is, so you have a 2 3 possibility on this arrow, right? So 3 can never occur in backside of this arrow, at the behind this arrow, right? So a 3 will surely have to appear on all either of these 3 cells. So if you have a 2 here, 3 will have to be in one of these 2 cells, and if you have a 3 here, which is already used, which means that the highest digit, when you have 2 consecutive digits on an arrow, the highest digit will never appear on back of the arrow, right? That is one of the very good trick which is very much helpful in tough Sudokus, I would say. And with that, we'll continue the Sudoku again. And so as you can see, you cannot have a 4 here, 8 here, I would say. So if you have an 8 here, 9 has to be in one of these 3 cells, which is again not possible. You have a 9 here. Same way, you cannot have a 8 here, because if you have an 8 here, 9 has to be in one of these 3 cells, but you already have a 9 here, which means that 8 has to be here, right? And which is already pointing the 9. So which means that we'll just, for a sake of seeing easily, we can just highlight the arrows which are already used, right? So 1 is already used, 4 is used, 5 is used, 7, 8. All these arrows are already used, because 8 is pointing towards the 9 already, 7 is pointing towards the 8 already, 8 is pointing the 9. So these are already used. We no need to look out for these arrows now, right? And so if you have a 4 here, you will have to have a 5 here in one of these 3 cells, and if you have a 6 here, you need to have 7 in one of these 3 cells. So it is again possible, right? And again, excellent. So if you have a 7 here, 8 has to be here, which is not possible. 8 is already here, which means that 7 has to be here, right? And this cell cannot point to the 9, because if it points to the 9, it has to be 8, which means that this cell will point towards the 7, and this has to be a 6, right? Excellent, right? I'll again brief that here, or maybe just to see easily, what number can you have in this cell? The 3 digits remaining are 3, 4 and 6. You cannot have a 3 here, because that will point to the 4. You cannot have a 4 here, that will point to the 5, and the only digit remaining is 6. That gives you a 4 here, a 6 here, and that gives you the remaining digit 3 here, right? And this 6 will point towards the 7, so 7 has to be in one of these 2 cells. You already have a 7 here, and 4 will point towards the 5. That means 5 has to be in one of these 2 cells. Easy, right? And with that, we'll again continue the Sudoku. So what digit can you have here? Let us see this cell now, because again there are already 5 digits that are seen by seeing this cell. So the other 4 digits are 1, 2, 3 and 5. Let us mark those. So 5 is possible? No, because you need to have 6 in one of these 2 cells, as the arrow is pointing towards the down. 5 is not possible. You can neither have a 3 here, because a 4 will have to be in one of these 2 cells, and 4 is already here. Can you have a 2 here? That is an excellent logic, excellent narrow logic. So of course you cannot have a 2 here, because if you have a 2 here, you will have to have a 3 in one of these 2 cells, and what will happen is there won't be any number in this cell. So both 2 and 3 are already used here, and this cell won't have any number, which means you cannot have a 2 here, and this will have to be a 1, which means that 2 has to be in one of these 2 cells, because 1 is pointing towards the next number. That means with this has to be a 3, this will have to be a 2. That directly gives here a 1 3 pair here, sorry, okay, and 2 will point towards the 3. 3 can be in any one of these two cells, and you cannot have 1 here, right? Easy. So if you have a 1 here, 2 has to be here, which is not possible. So this has to be 3 and this has to be 1, which means that this cell is already used, this cell is also used. I mean to say this arrow is also used, right? And 2 will have to be in one of these two cells, so let us not mark that here. Or maybe there is no other way, right? So seeing the classic rules, 2 has to be in one of these two cells, right? Which means that this cell is already used. No need to see that 6 is already used. And so these are the arrows which are already used. And with that again we'll continue with the other arrows. So if you see, we can try to mark these two arrows, or maybe, oh, good way. So as I said this thing already, so leaving one cell from the edge and the arrow is pointing towards the edge of the grid, just one cell, these two digits will have to be consecutive, right? So this has to be n, this has to be n plus 1, which means that this arrow will point towards this arrow. So these 3 digits will have to be consecutive, right? Easy. Which means that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 are not used, 6, 7 are not used, 8, 9 cannot be used in these 3 cells, because these 3 digits will have to be in consecutive increasing order, right? Increasing from this cell to this cell, which means that the only digits are 3, 4 and 5. Superb. Excellent logic, guys, excellent logic. Which means that these two arrows are already used, and the 2 digits here are 8 and 9, right? And these 2 digits are 5 and 6, which means these 2 digits are 2 and 8, and because of the 8 here, you will have a 2 here and an 8 here, which means 3 has to be in one of these two cells, and because of the 3 here, 3 cannot be here and 3 has to be here, because of the 2 pointing towards the 3, and because of the 3 here, this has to be a 4, and which means that we have used these two arrows as well. Excellent. This Sudoku is now, going great. And let us see if we get anything else here. So the 3 digits here remaining in this arrow, in this row, is 1, 5 and 6. 6 cannot be here, so 1 and 5 also cannot be here, because if you have a 5 here, this has to be a 6, which means that this has to be a 1, 5 and 6 in any order. Because of the 5 here, you will have a 6 here and a 5 here. Excellent. And because of the 1 here, you will have a 2 here, and that will directly shade this arrow. And now if you see, 1 and 6 in this box will have to be in one of these two cells, and the 2 digits remaining here, 3 and 9, right, in any order. And the 3 digits here are 2, 8 and 9. So 8 is already here, 2 and 9, 2, 8 and 9, and 9 is already here, it has to be 2 and 8. And these 3 digits are 4, 5 and 7. 5 is already here, so this has to be 4, 7, 4, 5 and 7, 4, 5 and 7, right? Excellent. And with that we'll continue the Sudoku. So there are few more arrows remaining here, and let's see if we can solve a few more. 2, 3, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, so the 3 digits possible here are, so it cannot be 1, it can be 2, 3, 4 is not possible because this has to be a 5, then you already have a 5 here. 5, 6 are not possible, 7 is possible, 8 is not possible, you already have an 8 here, and 9 is of course not possible in the arrow. So if you have a 2, you will have a 3, if you have a 3, you will have a 4, and if you have a 7, you will have an 8, right? And so let's see what digit you can have here. You cannot have a 1, you cannot have a 2 as well, because 3 has to be in one of these two cells. 3, 4 is not possible, 5 is possible, 6 is not possible, 7 is not possible, 8 is not possible, and 9 is not possible. Excellent. So this has to be a 5, which means this has to be a 6, this has to be a 5, this has to be a 6 pointing toward 5 is pointing towards the 6, and which means that this arrow is also used. So let's see this arrow now. So we are slowly moving towards the completion of all the arrows that we can do, because that will help us to solve the Sudoku, right? And so if you see this arrow, can we have something here? So the 4 digits remaining are 1, 2, 8 and 9. 1, 2, 9 is not possible, so it has to be 1, 2 or 8. So 1 is possible, 2 is not possible, right? So if you have a 1 here, this has to be 2, and if you have a 8 here, this has to be a 9. Excellent. So 2 and 9 are on the possibilities, right? Excellent, excellent. So in other words, what happens if you have an 8 here? You cannot have any digit here. If you have a 1 here, nothing will point towards the 2. So you cannot, you won't have a place for the 2. And if you have an 8 here, you already have an 8 here, and no other digit is possible here, right? Which means that this cannot be an 8, and it has to be 2 9 pair, which gives you an 8 here, and this has to be 1 and 8. So 1 2 9 8 are the possibilities, and 9 being here, which means that 9 has to be here in this box, right? Easy, classic. We have missed the classic thing. In this box, 9 goes only in one place, that is this place, which means this has to be 2, this has to be 9, and this has to be an 8, because 8 will point towards the 9. And these two digits are 1 and 2. So this is 2, this has to be 1, and this has to be 2, and this has to be 1. And 2 will point towards the 3. And of course, 3 being in this box already, 3 has to be in one of these 3 cells, 1 2 or 3, which means that this there is nothing, we got no information we are getting from this arrow now. And 8 is already used, so this 7 is remaining, right? So what are the digits that can have, that we can have here, place here? 2 6 and 7, right? 6 is not possible, 2 is also not possible, which means this has to be a 7, and these two has to be 2 and 6, and because of this 6 here, you get a 6 here and a 2 here, which means that 2 digits remaining here are 5 and 7. So we can mark those, and these 2 digits are 4 and 6, right? So you can mark those as well. And now we don't get nothing, no information from this arrow and this arrow as well, because 6 is pointing towards the 7 and 7 is pointing towards the 8. And with that, only few more arrows are remaining. And if you see, these 3 digits are 1 3 and 4. So because of the 1 here and 1 here, you will have a 1 here, and 3 and 4 will be in one of these 2 cells, which means that 1 will point towards the 2, and you don't have a 2 already here. So 2 has to be in one of these cells pointed by the arrow, which means no information is being from this arrow, right, from this cell now. So we can mark that as a green cell. And so same logic, right? I said you, right, if you have 2 consecutive digits, then the highest digit won't be appearing on the back of the arrow, which means a 4 cannot appear here, because if you have a 4 here, neither 3 or 4 can be possible here, because 3 has to point towards the 4, and 4 will always be there if there is no 3, which means 5 and 7. And you can see here 2 is already marked here, so we can eliminate 2 from here. It has to be 3 and 7, which means this has to be 4 and 8, right? And do we get anything else here? These 3 digits are 5 2 and 7. So 2 is already here, this has to be 5 and 7, 5 2 and 7, and this has to be 2 and 7, right? Okay. Okay, now this seems to be a tricky one. The end of the Sudoku is a tricky one, I would say. Oh, excellent logic, guys. Sometimes it is really narrow to see that. It is easily to be seen in a classic Sudoku, but in a variant it is really difficult to see, because that variant rule applies in that Sudoku, right? So if you see here, where can you have a 3 in this row, in this column? 3 is not possible here, and 3 is not possible here because this arrow is pointing to this cell, so you need to have a 2 here, which is already not possible. 3 is not possible in these 2 cells, which means the only place for 3 in this column is this place, which gives you a 4 here, which means that 5 has to be here, pointed by the 4. There is no other digit because 5 is in this box, which gives you a 7 here, a 4 here, a 5 here, and that gives you a 7 here and 2 here. Great. These 2 digits are 4 and 8 in any order now, right? And these digits are 3 7 2 and 9. Okay. Okay. So this arrow is already used, right? We can mark this as arrow is already used, and this, no, not this arrow, these both arrows are already used, right? And 3, 7 and 9 are the remaining digits here, so this has to be 3, 7 or 9. And okay, if this is 4, this has to be 7 and 8. Okay, sorry. So because of the 7 here, you get a 3 here, which gives you a 4 here, a 8 here, that gives you a 9 here, a 8 here. This 4 gives you a 6 here and a 4 here, and this 6 gives you a 5 here and a 6 here, that gives you a 7 and a 5 here. And 7, 9, 2 are the digits remaining, right? 9 has to be here in this box, which gives you a 3 here and a 9 here, and that gives you a 7 and a 2, right? So because of the 2 here, you get a 2 here and a 7 here. And with that, we complete this gorgeous, excellent Sudoku by Prasanna Seshadri. I really enjoyed solving this Sudoku. It was a really fun Sudoku. It's a kind of a fun variant, right? A digit on the arrow will point towards the next digit, n plus 1 digit in that direction, right? Such a simple rule and such a fun variant, and you can have so many logics, very different kind of logics applied in this Sudoku, right? So I really enjoy this Sudoku, and if you really want to enjoy more of these kind of Sudokus, I would really suggest you to check out Prasanna's blog. I'll add the link in the description below for his blog page, where you can find some amazing Sudoku and puzzles. And I hope you got how to solve this kind of variant. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.